Share, invite, like right now, right now, right now. Okay. Share and invite right now. All right. So whenever we get into the fixed costs, your fixed costs are exactly it's what it says. These are costs that do not change. So I want you to think about it like this. Whether I order 10 of these mugs, or I'm sorry, whether I sell 10 of these mugs or I sell 1,000 of these mugs, there are some costs for my business that will never, ever, ever change. So, like the rent is probably going to be a fixed cost for most of you guys if you have to rent a warehouse or facility or distribution center. Or y'all know yesterday we talked about your home office, right? And how to get the deduction and what the percentage of that should be. That's going to be a fixed cost for you. Okay. Something else that may be a fixed cost for you. Let's say that you use a particular software for like your customer relationship management, and that software costs you $1,200 a year, aka $100 a month. That's going to be a fixed cost for you. Whether you sell 20,000 coffee mugs or you sell 2 coffee mugs, that software is still going to cost you the same amount of money. Does that make sense? So your fixed costs do not fluctuate, okay? As opposed to your variable costs are going to change depending on the amount of products that you are like prepping or selling. So for example, if I have to buy little boxes for all of these coffee mugs to go into, or all of my little tea excuse me, for all of my tea mugs to go into, well, if I sell 2 and I buy a lot of 10 little shipping cubes for them, or if I sell 1,000, the costs are going to change. They vary. Okay. So your variable costs are going to shift depending on the amount that you are actually selling. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. And so we have to have a fixed cost per unit, and we got to have a variable cost per unit. Now, the third cost that you have to have that a lot of you guys, okay, are not aware of is a labor cost. And some of y'all are saying, well, I don't have any labor costs because I run and I do everything myself. Okay. Well, you're doing everything yourself right now. You're not going to be doing everything yourself forever. The average company in the United States, I think, has somewhere in between 3 and 5 employees. So small teams can get a lot done, but as your business starts to grow and develop, you are going to find that you're going to start bringing on help. And sometimes the help, thank you, Penta Profit, may be 1099. Okay. So realistically, you're going to have to figure out what your labor costs are. Are you paying yourself $10 an hour, $15 an hour to shop and prep and cure and package and send stuff out? Because eventually, when you go from having 20 orders in a week to having $2,000, to having 2,000 orders in a week, guess what? You're going to need some help. You're not going to be able to do all of that yourself. Make sense? And so what I have found from working with a lot of small business owners, most of y'all's offers are underpriced. You're actually not charging enough money for whatever it is because you did not know what your fixed costs were. You didn't know what your variable costs were. You did not know what your labor costs were. You were literally just out here kind of winging it and saying, well, everyone else in the market is charging this specific amount, so I should be charging that specific amount too. And that is not the move to make. Okay. Now, if when you do these calculations, you find that you're way under and it's going to be more favorable for you. What is that? Oh my God. That was so pretty. Was that like an elevator full of flowers? That was beautiful. And a feel, thank you. Hey, Bella Ray, thank you so much, my love. Side note, if any of you guys are just getting here, today's product of the day is the Big Three pricing template. So if you need to know how to price your services, products, digital things, click the link in the bio. You can get the Big Three pricing templates for only $27, okay? And also, if you feel compelled to help me meet my live goal, you can send me these little live things. They're only a penny. Rose Goddess, thank you so much. I don't know what to call them, like little live rewards, but tap, 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 and help me collect those, okay? Now, so let's go through the business math part. So we're going to do a couple examples. So I feel comfortable that everybody has it. Hey, Yvette. Okay. So let's talk. We're going to start with an easy example. So let's say you are the only person in your company right now. Okay. Your business is starting and it's doing well. And you, we're just going to stick with the example of the little coffee mug that I'm drinking out of. Okay. Let's say that you sell some other type of coffee mug. Now, you don't sell the manifestation mug because that's what we sell. But let's say you got another type of coffee mug that you sell, okay? And right now, maybe you're able to sell, let's say you're able to sell 100 mugs a month. Okay. And in order for you to sell this 100 mugs a month, you have to like box them up and you got to ship them out and you got to get them packaged up. Actually, let's start that. No, let's make it easier for the first example. Let's say, no, we can do 100. We can do 100. We're going to do 100. And it costs you $100 in labor. Okay. So that means you're paying yourself $10 an hour. Thank you, Penta Profit. Thank you, my love. Mwah. Okay, so you're doing $100. You're doing 10 hours of labor. You're sending out 100 mugs. Okay, it's gonna be our first. Yeah, we'll do that. That's gonna be our first math problem. All right. So if you're paying yourself $10 an hour and it took you 10 hours to be able to like order, pack, ship, take it all to the mail, stick the labels on, the little fragile stickers, all of that, then what would be our unit cost per labor for each mug? So in order to figure out our unit cost per labor, you're going to take the $100, right? Because if you're paying yourself $10 an hour and it took you 10 hours, $10 times 10 hours equals $100 is what you have to pay in labor. Okay. So once we have our labor costs figured out, and in this example, it's $100. And if y'all need a little pen to write down, get your little pen and write down. Okay. Because I'm giving y'all these examples. So let's say now we know our labor cost is $100 and we sold 100 mugs in that month. You're going to divide, right, the $100 by the 100 mugs. Somebody already put it in Instagram. What is your labor cost? Okay, what is your labor cost per mug? What is your labor cost per mug? I already saw it on Instagram. Somebody already threw it over there. I appreciate you. Somebody on Instagram already said it's $1 per mug. That is accurate. It's $1 per mug is your labor cost. Okay. So now the next thing we get into the fixed cost. So let's say, hey, Crunchy Food Spiritualist. So let's say, you're still working from home. So you don't have to pay for a warehouse. You don't have, any huge like fixed cost yet because you're able to operate out the house, right? We just got, just little normal stuff. You're paying for maybe an email autoresponder so you can digitally send people their receipts. Maybe you got a ShipStation subscription you're having to pay for every month. Maybe you're paying for the Stripe or PayPal to have like a business account. It's like $30 a month or whatever. You don't have a lot of overhead. So we're going to say that your fixed cost right now is $100. You got like a phone, you're working out of the house, you got a couple of subscriptions. That's it. And you just sold 100 mugs. So somebody tell me what my fixed cost per mug would be. What is my fixed cost per mug? You said, what about marketing? For a lot of people, marketing typically is a variable cost. It could be a fixed cost, but most people, because they're in an effort to scale their marketing, is normally a variable cost for them and not a fixed cost. It could be a fixed cost for you if like I just spend $50 a month on marketing or $5,000 on marketing, then it would be a fixed cost for you. But a lot of people, depending on like the promotion and how many units they want to sell and stuff like that, normally their marketing falls into a variable cost form. So, but if you have a marketing budget and your budget is the same no matter what, and you just reallocate how you're spending the budget every month, then you're correct. Your marketing would be a fixed cost for you. Okay. So yes, somebody said $1. Yes. So far it costs $1 per mug in labor, and it costs $1 per mug as far as to take care of our overhead costs. So let's say now we got some variable costs, and our variable costs are like maybe you're probably not advertising yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're just doing word of mouth. So you're just kind of focused on like the stickers you have to get to put fragile on the boxes, maybe the actual packaging boxes that you have to buy, or the shipping boxes. You don't really have a lot because you're still doing small orders. You may have like the shipping that comes from the manufacturer is not a lot. So for this example, we're going to say that these variable costs were only $100 this month. And remember, we sold 100 mugs. So somebody tell me, what is the variable cost per mug, right? Because we're breaking down the price per unit so we can figure out what the cost on that product needs to be. What's the variable cost per mug? Boop, 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 tick, tick, tick. That's right, another $1 in variable costs. So if my variable costs are $1, my fixed costs are $1, my labor costs are $1, how much does this mug actually cost me? How much does the mug cost me? Don't be in here just be putting numbers in here, right? We starting off simple. I know some of y'all like, what? We're starting off simple. That's right. It costs you $3 per mug. So now, if it really costs me $3 per mug, and I look out into the competitive market space, and everybody is selling this mug at $30 a mug, does it make sense for me to sell my mug at $30 a mug? Does it make sense? It absolutely makes sense because now you're making $27 in profit. Okay. And technically, if you wanted to come in and undercut people, you could come in and sell your mugs at $25 a mug and pick up customers because your costs are so low. So now let's go through the cycle again. And instead of it being 100 to make it $1, we're going to do kind of more of a real life example. Okay. So we're going to start off, and the labor still takes 10 hours and it's at $10 an hour. And that's what you're charging yourself, right now. Thank you, Penta Profit. That was cute. That was really, really cute. Oh my God. Thank you. Okay. So our labor cost is $100. But instead of selling 100 mugs, let's say we only sold 5 mugs. Oh my gosh. Beyond is it botanics or botanics? Thank you for the universe, my love. Thank you. Thank you. So let's say it's $100. It's still our actual labor cost, but we only sold 5 mugs. Because remember, I told y'all we're not doing any marketing or advertising. Oh yes, hire your vibe shop. Yes, you're right. No, you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it right. Okay. Thank you, Penta Profit. So it would have been $13 a mug, but even at 13 and 30, you're still doing a good job. Okay. So our labor cost is 100, and I sold 5 mugs this month. What is my labor cost per unit? Okay. Because that's more realistic, right? Because if you're an individual business owner, that means you're the sales team, the marketing team, you're doing the posting, you're doing the shipping, you're doing the customer service, you're doing the list building, you're doing the administrative work. Okay. So in a realistic, we're probably Thank you, Vicky. You said $20 per mug. Right. Okay, right. $20 per mug. So realistically, for no numbers, I'd be like, we gotta do something to get this labor cost down. But let's just keep going. So $20 per mug is your labor cost. And who was that corrected me? She was correct. A hire you vibe shop. Yeah, hire you vibe shop. Correct. Remember, y'all, our mug costs us $10 from the manufacturer. Okay. So the mug is $10, and now we got a $20 labor cost per mug. Now, the fixed cost in this example is still going to be $100 in fixed cost, but remember, we only are selling. The variable cost is still going to be $100 in this example, but remember, we're only selling 5 mugs. Okay, we only sold 5 mugs. So, what is our variable cost per unit? Because this make a big difference, right? Going from you sold 100 in a month to you only sold 5 in a month. Hey, Deshaun needs to slide in your DM, girl. I need to order some stuff from you for my big tree for the giveaway on the 15th. Okay, I need some candles too for my house. I need to order. Y'all tell me what my variable cost per unit is. If you guys are just getting here and you need help pricing your products and services, make sure you click the link in the bio and get the big 3 pricing template. That's right. Hire you vibe shop, $20. Okay. You said, gee, Mom said, geez, this mug is getting out of control. But this is the reality of the situation of what's happening because a lot of small business owners don't know the business math. And so, hey, Learning Tarot, so y'all don't realize that sometimes you have a crazy expensive hobby and we got to figure out a way, you know what I'm saying, to get more product out, get more, right? Or cut our costs. So you're correct. This mug is out of control. Somebody tell me what the total cost of this mug is. It costs you, your labor on this mug was $20. Your fixed cost on this mug is $20. Your variable cost on this mug in this example, because you're only selling 5, is $20 per unit. And you paid $10 for the actual mug. Bling, bling, bling. You said the mug costs like 100. The mug costs, right, the mug costs $70. Yes, the mug costs $70. So now if you look out in the space and all your competitors are selling this mug for $30, right? Can you continue to sell your mug for $30 if you can't figure out a way to move more of these mugs? You said it's challenging to compete beginning out. It is. And so for a lot of you guys, this is why we try and teach you guys to create community. This is why a lot of you, we try and talk about the perceived value. This is why a lot of times we talk to you about having exemplary service. This is why a lot of people have like brand stories and things like that. So you got to figure out like, hey, either I got to figure out how to sell more of these mugs so that they're cost effective. Maybe I got to stop selling mugs, or I have to figure out a way to position my mug so that my mug is more desirable than the other mugs in the market. Thank you, Penta Profit, because realistically, even if you came in to make a profit, let's say you only wanted to make $10 a profit. Thank you, Penta Profit. Let's say you only wanted to make $10 as a piece of profit for this mug. The reality of the situation is you would be selling your mug at $80 compared to the $30 that everyone else is selling the mug. So what can we do to increase the perceived value of this mug? So and this is why when you're working with consultants and we come in and we see something like this is where we may start telling you maybe you need to offer like a video, bundle with the mug. Maybe there needs to be a digital book that comes with the mug. Maybe this mug needs to be like in a really cool color and it's a limited edition, that's only for specific people. Like, what do we have to do to increase the perceived value of this, or what can we do to help you make more sales so you can bring down the cost of this mug, right? Because the reality of the situation, the $10 per mug may not necessarily be that big of a deal, but once you add in the labor costs, the variable costs, and the fixed costs, well, now we can't afford that. Could we order in bulk so the cost of the mug goes down? Absolutely, you can order in bulk so the cost of the mug goes down. But realistically, if your fixed costs, variable costs, and labor costs are that high, you got to do more like on the sales side, and you got to be able to try and control probably your variable costs more than anything to bring that down. But realistically, when we're looking at that, if the price break, let's say in between 100 and 1,000, is really not that big of a price break, realistically, with the solution is to sell more, of the product. So this is why we tell a lot of people that your numbers don't lie. Can you brand it as a premium high-end mug? Yes, you can brand it as a premium high-end mug. Again, when we start looking at the numbers, it gives us a direction or how we have to move. Now, could you imagine just because everyone else is selling the mug at $30 a mug, you looked out into the marketplace and you said, I'm going to sell my mug at $30 a mug because this is what everyone else did. And the reality of the situation is you had no business selling your mug at $30 a mug because everyone else did, because realistically, you will always be taking a $50 hit on the mug. Y'all see how all of a sudden this starts to become an issue? And so a lot of times when I'm working with small business owners, this is why I tell y'all that most of y'all, honestly, you're not really charging enough for whatever your offer is. And then you're not presenting or packaging the offer in a proper way that would make people want to buy so you can justify staying in business. And this is why some of you guys don't realize it, but as on your pursuit, of growing your business, you're like, dang, I'm always behind. I can't seem to get ahead. Well, a lot of times if we start looking at your actual cost that is costing you to be in business, a lot of y'all will be like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all will have the revelation of I'm not doing enough and I have to change some things. I had this same issue with my event design and production company when I first started. And when I first started, I just wanted to work. So I literally would take anyone, I would take anyone on as a client because I just wanted to work. And after, I realized for a couple years, I was paying to be in business and I was actually hemorrhaging money, right? Because I had this very issue. I realized, I said, no, I have to have a minimum. And if a client doesn't have at least, $15,000 for their budget, or when I think at the time, I think I had decided $10,000 was the minimum that we had to have for a budget. But if they didn't have at least $10,000 minimum for a budget with their event, I couldn't take them on as a client. Mwah, thank you, Penta Profit. Penta Profit, you got me halfway there. Thank you, my love, for showing out. Thank you. Thank you. But does that make sense? And if any of you guys want to help me hit my live goal, I would greatly appreciate it. You don't have to, but definitely tap in. So, I'm collecting all these little things so I can compete. Picture Profit is just making it rain on me. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Thank you. Also, if the button above says follow, click it because you're not a part of the kingdom yet. Click the button and become a part of the kingdom. All right. Also, if you want to be eligible to win a Sephora gift card tomorrow, make sure you join the Commerce Club in the Royal Court. Does not cost you a thing. We already had 2 winners today, Lisa and Angela, or is it Angel? Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I remember her name started with an A. Hold on. I think I still got to pull it up in ConvertKit. Let's see if she's still pulled up over here. It's Angel, Miss Angel McCoy. Oh my God, please forgive me, Miss Angel, if you're still in here. Those were our 2 winners this morning of the gift cards, and they won just for being a part of the community. So join my Royal Court, join my Commerce Club. I'm doing 13 days of Christmas, and I'm giving gifts for you guys just for being a part of the community. Now, any of you guys that are purchasing right now my product of the day, which is the Big 3 pricing guide, and if this information is helping you, you need to get the Big 3 pricing guide. I'm going to choose one of you guys to get a free lunch and a tree ticket on me. Okay, we'll probably come back tonight and choose the winner. I'm looking at my time, so y'all got time to get in to get that. Okay, and our big gifts going underneath the tree. We got another laptop going underneath the tree, another HP laptop. Hey, shout out to that. And underneath the big tree today, we are adding a little Louis Vuitton. Okay. Okay. Hey, too much sauce. Okay. So if you get a tree ticket, you get to choose a gift from the big tree on December 15th. All right. So it's going to be a lot of fun out here in these streets. What about like if you offer a service or consultant? It's still the same process. Like I said, if you click the link in the bio and get the big 3 pricing templates, it breaks it down. But you have to basically, there's another calculation that you do to figure out how much time you're actually taking per week to generate leads and to figure out what the acquisition cost is of a customer. And then once you know the acquisition cost of your customer and how much time it's taking you to do a lead, because even as a consultant, you're still going to have some fixed costs and some variable costs. Your marketing is probably going to be your biggest variable cost as a consultant, but you're still going to have a phone bill. You're still going to have rent every month. You're still going to have to pay for your softwares and stuff like that. So you're still going to have fixed costs even as a consultant. It's just a couple of extra numbers that you calculate. But this is the base level for all of the pricing. Okay. So next, you guys, let's do another example. So let's go to our 3rd example. Okay. So in this example, let's say that you're a little bougie. Okay. And now, you're in the upper echelon. You want to pay people so that they can meet their cost of living. So you're paying $20 an hour in this example. Okay. This example, you pay $20 an hour and your labor is working 3 hours. Okay. 3 hours at $20 an hour. How much is your labor cost? How much is your labor cost in this example? You said you need the HP. Come on, Yvette. This is the 2nd laptop that's going underneath the big tree. 60. Yes. Okay. $60. Now, in this example, we're going to sell 26 of the mugs. We're selling 26 of the mugs. So if my labor cost is $60, okay, and I sold 26 of these mugs, what is my labor cost per unit in this example? Hey, what's going on, girl? Miss Stango. Tell me, what's my cost per unit? I got a different number, my true speaker. My labor is $60 and I sold 26 units. What is my cost per unit? I got what you got, Adrian. I got what you got, Michelle. $2.30. Hey, B Marquita. Hey, girl. Hey. Yes, $2.31 per mug. $2.31 per mug. Somebody jot that down. The reason they're saying $2.31 because the number is 2.307. And so a 0.7, you're going to round it up to 1 cent. Okay. So it's $2.31 a mug. Where am I pen at? Let me write it down before I forget. Okay. Now, next. In this example, our fixed costs, because we're doing a little bit better in life. We're in the upper echelon. Okay. So my fixed costs are $1,785 in this example. Okay, $1,785. Maybe I got like a little garage or a little warehouse I'm renting or something like that. We got a business phone line now. We're paying for a Zoom membership. Maybe we're paying a Samcart or a Shopify subscription to be able to sell our stuff on. You know what I'm saying? We'd have moved up. Okay, we'd have moved up. We got stuff going on. We got stuff going on for whatever it is that we're selling at this point in time. So now that we have $1,785 in fixed costs, and we're selling 26 units. So whatever this is we're selling 26 units of it. How much is my cost per unit? How much is my cost per unit? My fixed cost per unit. What is my fixed cost per unit? Boo, 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 boo. Somebody tell me what my fixed cost per unit is. Because it's getting real, because some of y'all be like, oh, this is why a lot of times I tell people when they're trying to move out into a space, I be like, sometimes it's not time for you to move into a space yet. 68. Let's see, somebody else says 68.66. I got 68.65. 68.65. I'm gonna go with the 68.66 just because it has another decimal on the other side, so I automatically round it up because you can't really give a fraction of a penny. I mean, you can, but yeah, I'm going with the 68.66. But everybody did the 68.65. You're correct. Okay, we're in the ballpark. All right. Now, we got variable costs that have gotten more expensive because we're actually marketing now. Maybe we're doing some micro influencer ads. We're running some Facebook ads and some posts and stuff like that that's going on. Maybe I'm running a TikTok ad or something like that. But we are actually marketing now. So at this point, my variable cost is going to be $1,000. And not only are you marketing, remember, you still have the little labels and the stickers and whatever's going on in your packaging. Okay. So in this example, my variable cost is going to be $1,000. And remember, we're selling 26. Okay. We're selling 26 of whatever this item is. Okay. So somebody tell me what my variable cost is now. What's my variable cost? Somebody tell me what my variable cost is. Let's see. I got a different number. Let's see, 38.47. Yes. I got 35.47 to yep, 35.47. Now, let's say instead of a mug, because we'd have upgraded from the mug, right? And maybe we're selling a whole entire kit. Okay, we're selling a whole office kit or something like that. Okay. How'd you come up with the 26 mugs? I'm just but we just doing is a guesstimation. Normally you look at you normally are able to put projections of how many you're able to sell from your historical data. So a lot of times when people first start, they don't know, you know what I'm saying, what they're going to sell the first month, but they may be using that as a baseline. And then normally, like if I was able to sell 5 without any advertising, now I'm up to 26 with advertising. And then maybe, you know, from that I may change the way I spend that $1,000 and I may sell 200 the next time, right? But right now I just want y'all to get the number, like the process of the numbers in your head. So somebody tell me, okay, somebody tell me, and let's say this little kit that we're selling costs $25 a kit. Okay, I spend $25 on the kit. So my kit is $25. My variable cost per unit is $38.47. My fixed cost per unit is $68.66. And my labor cost per unit is only $2.31. So somebody tell me, how much should I be selling this kit for at a bare minimum? What I have to sell the kit for? What do I have to sell this kit for at a bare minimum? What I got to sell my little kit at? You said 95, 96 at a bare minimum? 134.43 per kit to break even? Yes. Yep. You said 134 to break even. 134.44. So realistically, let's say I wanted to make a little bit of profit on these kits, and I've done a good job of positioning this in a, you know, like a high value. People see a lot of value in it. It's seen as a luxury item or a luxury product. This is something that all the cool boys and the cool girls have. And so I'm able to introduce this kit to the market at $349 with it because of the perceived value. So maybe you're going to be able to throw in some additional like courses. Maybe there's some training with it. Maybe you're doing a personal assessment or a call or something for the clients. But we got to figure out something if we just can't sell it as is. Somebody said 250. Okay, 250 is a fair price. You selling at 140. I mean, you like break even is 130. You doing 250, so you're making a little bit, but like 115 and some change only for a profit. We're going to introduce it to the market at $349. And whenever we pre-sell it, maybe we're going to sell it at $250. You understand? So a lot of y'all just pull numbers out of your butt because you're like, oh, this is what feels right. But you haven't really gone through the process of figuring out what this product would actually cost you. Okay. So let's do another example because I just want to make sure y'all got it. So in this example, our labor costs, in this example, let's say that we're working 12 hours. Well, let's say we're doing 24 hours. In this example, let's say it's 24 hours and we're paying $19 an hour. Let's say $19 an hour is what we're paying. And we got 2 part-time employees that come in and they work 12 hours each. Alyssa, thank you, baby doll. Thank you, Alyssa Mitchell. Thank you, my love. Okay, so let's say that. And for those of you that are gifting, I appreciate all the gifts. If you guys can help me collect these little clappers, there's a TikTok like live stream event that's happening, and so I need to rank so I show up as one of you guys' favorite live streamer. That will help my algorithm. It'll help more people learn about us. Also, if we can get up to, can I get another 12 of you guys to share in TikTok land? That would be amazing. And if we could get to our first 20,000 likes for all of you guys that are not gifting, if you can tap that screen, and if you can share, I would greatly appreciate that as well. So let's say we got 2 part-time employees, and remember, we're good employers. We want to try and pay people around a living wage. So we're paying $19 an hour, because we want our team to be able to afford their bills. And each of these people are working 12 hours a week. Okay, 12 hours a week, $19 an hour. Somebody tell me what my labor cost is in this example. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, my love. And somebody tell me what my labor costs are in this particular example. 2 employees, they work 12 hours each per week, and I'm paying them $19 a week. What's my labor cost per week? $456. $456 is what I'm getting. I would agree with you guys that got $456. Yes. 456. Okay. Now we doing way better. Okay. Are you working for a workbook? No, Aaron, I'm not working from a workbook. I'm just going off the dome right now. We're teaching pricing. Now I will say this for any of you guys that are finding this helpful, you do want to get the big three pricing templates because they actually are worksheets to help you work through the process of pricing your products, pricing your services, pricing digital, physical, tangible. And for all of you guys that are service providers and consultants, I have pricing sheets inside of there too. So you know how to price like your courses, your programs, your one-to-ones and things of that nature, because a lot of people struggle with that. Okay. So in this example, we're selling 235, right? We came up. See, first we was only selling 5, then we were only selling 26. Now we're selling 235. Okay, we're selling 235 units. All right, we came up, baby, from 5 to 26 to 235 in a week. Woo, woo. Okay, we're doing great. So, what is my labor cost per unit? What's my labor cost per unit? If my labor price is $456 and I'm selling 235 of something, what is my labor cost per unit now? He said, "Baby, that's a celebration in life. There ain't that's a reason to celebrate, ain't it? That's a reason you came, baby. You came up, okay? You have come all the way up, all the way up, all the way. With baby, nothing can stop us. We all the way up." You said $1.85. I got $1.94 too. I got $1.94 too. Where can you get the pricing sheet? If you click the link in my bio, the first button says Big Three Pricing Templates. It will give you that. Hey Slim, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? How you doing today? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down out here in these streets. So we just rolling through examples because I need you guys to be able to break down your own pricing. So realistically, when y'all are offering something, you're making sure that you're offering it at the correct price. You're making sure that you know how to position it. And some of these deals, y'all will be like, you know what? I shouldn't even get involved in that because my audience isn't going to go for this, right? I don't even have the audience to support that. Okay. I'm doing all right. I can't complain. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now in this next example, remember we selling 235 units because we came up. Okay, now let's say, because we keep moving on up. So we have acquired more fixed costs. Thank you, Slim. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. So let's say that our fixed costs are now $2,628. See, now our fixed costs are $2,628. Actually, let's say that's our projected fixed costs. Let's say we're thinking about moving into a new facility. And if we move into a new facility, it's going to make our fixed costs $2,628. And right now we sell them. Okay. Wait. I'm finna make it real life. I'm finna make it real life. Okay. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm thinking about moving into a new facility. My new projected fixed cost will be $2,628 a month. Okay. What is my new cost per unit? This is what I said. If I move into the new facility, $2,628 per month is going to be my new fixed cost. What is going to be my new projected fixed cost per unit? Because that's how stuff come to you in life. It don't come to you broken down the way you want it to. What is going to be my new cost? We finna see how many y'all is really understanding what's going on, or how many y'all just punching numbers in the calculator. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Boom, boom, boom. I'm waiting. Somebody give me that number. Give me that number. Okay. Give me your number. If this is our fixed costs out here in these streets, remember, I said we came up. I said, baby, we selling 235 a week. We used to sell 5 a week. Then we went to 26 a week. And now we selling 235. Okay. Oh, I'm saying we said 5 a week, then we went to 26 a month. Now we're selling 235. We're selling 235. Okay. We got 2 part-time team members now. They busting down 12 hours a week. We paying them $19 an hour. Okay. And we selling 235 of these things a week. And I'm considering moving into a new facility. Right now, my fixed costs are still at the $17.85. But I'm thinking about going into this new facility. My monthly cost will be $26.28. $26.28. Somebody tell me what my new fixed cost per unit is going to be if I move into this new space. I'm at the dentist right now listening. Tell your dentist I said hello. I heard that. You better multitask. So, side note, if anyone has ever gone to Turkey to get their teeth done, I'm looking for recommendations. I need a bridge. I'm not going to get the chiclets put in, but I do need a bridge. And the dental work in Turkey is top tier. I kind of got my eye on a few places. So I figure like I should take a trip. I should get a bridge and I should also take a trip. You say I'm not trying to be funny. I just want to be sure I understand. Are we selling a week or a month? 235 a week. Good question. Good question. That lets me know you understand what's going on. B Marquita, you got 1119. I got a different number on what my new fixed cost would be per unit. Thank you, Tamika. I would appreciate that. Thank you. I do have beautiful teeth, but I was doing hillbilly activity, girl, and I cracked this one back here, and I need a bridge. And like, even with my dental insurance, it's $2,800 to get it done here in the States. And I was like, it's gonna be way cheaper for me to go to Turkey or Mexico and get my bridge fixed, and I can get a vacation. Somebody said 1637. Javon got it. Javon got it. $2.80. Yes, Javon. Yes. Yes, Javon. Come on, Javon. Now, let me tell y'all why your fixed cost per unit will be $2.80. Remember, I said we're selling 235 units per week now. And I said that your cost in this new facility will be $2,628 per month. Okay, there are 4 weeks in a month. So you would have to take the 2628 and divide it by 4, or you would multiply the 235 times 4, either one. Okay, you're going to divide the 2628 by 4, or you're going to multiply the 235 times 4. Okay, and then you're going to divide them. Okay, so if you took the 2628 and divided by 4, you would take this, it's like 600 and something, and you'll divide that by 235. If you take the 235 and multiply it by 4, then you would take the 2628 and divide that total number. And that's how we get down to $2.80 per unit is now our fixed cost. So we're doing okay, right? Because we've started advertising. The word has gotten out about our business or whatever. Like, we're doing fantastic at this point. All right. And then if you're doing 235 units per week, that's almost like, that's not quite 1,000. That's like 940, 945 or something like that per month. You're doing almost 1,000 units per month. Okay. You said come to the UK, you'll do it for me. Dr. K, don't play with me. Don't play with me, Dr. K. Okay, so next, we got to get into this variable cost per unit. So our variable cost per unit, okay, because of shipping, packaging, we got new boxes and stuff. We got all kinds of things that's going on. My variable cost per unit, okay, is $1,800 a week. And I'm still selling my 235 products. Okay. 235 per week. And my variable cost is $1,800 per week. Hey, Soul Traveler, how you doing, sis? Good to see you. What is going to be, okay, what is going to be our variable cost per unit? Okay. What's my variable cost per unit? I'm spending $1,800 a week. And I'm moving 235 units. What's going to be our variable cost per week? And I know some of y'all like, why is she giving us in between weeks and months? And because real life, when you're trying to figure out numbers for your business, they don't come organized. Sometimes you're looking at a monthly report and trying to break it down to what's happening in a week for average. $7.66. I would agree with all of you guys that got $7.66. Yes, yes, yes. You are correct. Okay. So at this point, remember, my unit cost is $25 a unit. Okay, $25 a unit is what we're paying. That's my cost. And now my labor cost we determined is $1.95. and my let's see, the fixed cost is $2.79 a unit, and the variable cost we've determined is $7.66 a unit. Somebody tell me, okay, somebody tell me, hey Corey, what's going on, bro? Somebody tell me what is my total cost. Okay, remember, I'm spending $25 to get my stuff from my vendor. I have a $7.66 variable cost per unit. We've determined we have a $2.79 fixed cost per unit, and we're at $1.95 per labor cost per unit. Okay, so what is my total cost on this particular for these particular packages? Okay, somebody let me know. Yes, Besos. Besos says $37.40 per unit. Besos, yes. Let's see. B Marquita, let's see. Oh, I don't have an answer. I'm sorry. That was a 766 on the last one. Yes, the 37.40 is the price. Now, few things that we're going to determine from looking at these numbers, okay? Number one, because y'all remember, we're selling this. Remember, I told you we're introducing this thing to the market at $350. And clearly, the market has told us that they're willing to pay $350. Why? Because remember, we went from 5 sales to 26 sales to now we're doing 235 sales a week. That's about 940 sales a month. So we got a good market. We have a great price. Okay. According to our math, with what we're doing right now. Okay. Because now because of the price break and the quantity that you're in, well, now at this point, you're making almost $300 in profit, which is nuts on each one of these units that we're moving out. According to our numbers, is it safe for us to move into the new facility? Is it safe for us to move into a new facility at this point? Somebody give me an answer if we're looking at the numbers. Because before, okay, we were spending $140, was it $140 or $144 or something like that to put this product? No, it was $130.44 is what it was. We were spending $130.44 to make this product. We have now gotten these costs down to $37.40 per unit. Okay. Is it safe for us to move into a new space? Even if we did a clearance sale and we sold stuff at $250, Stormy Cat says yes. Okay. B Marquita says yes. Who else wants to tell me if we're safe to move into this new facility or not? Yes, but I would want to make the sale consistently for at least 3 months. Michelle, you're on the right track. You would actually want to make those sales consistently for 6 months before moving over, to make sure it's not like a cycle or a seasonal thing, because you're right about that. Sometimes, in all businesses have cycles of when they make more money. So realistically, if we're in the shopping season, and so in between Black Friday and Christmas time is when you see this boost in the sales, well, you could get into January and February and drop down from 235 units a week to maybe moving into like 80 units a week. Or maybe this is behind a big promotion or lunch that you did, right? So, Michelle, that is actually the right mindset to be in. Can we maintain these sales numbers for a few months before we commit to this new lease? Okay. Thank you so much, Alyssa. This is making sense to y'all while I'm telling y'all your business math is so important. And I know people online make it seem like, oh, you just wake up, you just go and find you something and stick your label on it and send it out there. Or you just get up and say, you're going to be a coach or you're going to be a consultant and you're going to make a course and you're just going to get out here and charge for it. And this is why some of you guys are not profitable. Hey, Riri, because you're not looking at some of your basic numbers to help you make decisions in your business, right? When we first started, it's not uncommon that businesses operate in the red for a long time, right? So this is a very realistic example. We went from selling 5 to 26, and now we've gotten up to 235 units per week, right? You're smashing numbers. Also, you can see in these examples, as we increase the quantity that we were selling, what happened? The cost actually went down, right? The cost to produce the units went down. Maybe we're getting quantity breaks, you know what I'm saying? We figured out how to advertise a little bit better, right? We have all these things that are working in our favor because we've learned more about the audience and the business. And this is realistically how this happens. So sometimes when y'all look at somebody and you're comparing yourself, like I use myself as an example. Some of y'all will compare yourself to somebody like me. Okay, I have 80,000 customers that we've had. Shout out to all the Kingdom members. And I thank God for every single one of you guys that have purchased from me. We've had over 80,000 people purchase this year alone. I did not start off having 80,000 people purchasing from me, right? When I first started, it was really, y'all, I'm not joking, like probably like 8 to 15 sales a month is realistically where I was at. And then I just said a year, I misspoke, in a quarter. Okay. I'm at 80,000 customers now in a quarter. Y'all understand? So realistically in your business, you're not going to come out the gate. Most of us are not going to come out of gate selling hundreds or thousands of products, services, offers, whatever. Even if you got a food truck, most of y'all are not going to come out the gate, month one of the food truck having, 500 people that you service that month. And so this is, hey, allegedly news. This is why I tell y'all sometimes you have to get in reality about some of your goals and being patient with yourself to grow and evolve in your business. Because this is realistically, right? We have 3 different phases with these products, right? We started with a single mug in example 1, then we turned it into a kit, and we learned to say, hey, if I offer the consulting services and people get this kit, or they get the kit and they get a consultation, right? As well, guess what? I'm going to sell more of these because I increased the perceived value. Y'all understand how this works? This is why people will say your numbers don't lie. They will tell you what needs to happen. Okay, next question. According to this, because remember, in this example, we still are offering these consulting services with the actual physical kits. So if you're doing 235, realistically, you and your team of 2 people, y'all probably cannot maintain the proper level of service for this many people. So now if we're looking at this, is it time for me to hire a couple or more team members? Is it time for me to take my team members I have from part-time to full-time? Right? Is it maybe not even full-time? Maybe I need to offer them a couple of additional hours. Instead of them working 12 hours a week, maybe we need to bump them both up to 25 hours a week. Right. I mean, this is realistically like when you're looking at your business and what you need to support and how you have to get things done. And so if y'all can start kind of understanding some of these base level things before you're making some of the moves in your business. And I'm not saying that like instincts and prayer and stuff like that don't matter. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is sometimes you need to actually look and see what's happening numerically to figure out if it's time to grow or develop or to move your business, right? Does that make sense? Or could you look at this and you say, you know what? I do want to add hours to the 2 part-time employees I have right now. And also, if I take away the consulting, I can sell the kit at $250. Right. So even though I'm taking, right, it's less profit, but it's less work, I have more of a peace of mind. And this is going to give me the flexibility to move around the way I need to. So some of you guys, when you're looking at your business model, shout out to all the service providers. Some of y'all are figuring out you don't want to be behind the chair as much anymore. Some of y'all drive trucks and stuff, and you're like, I'm spending too much time on the road. Like, yeah, the money is good, but my quality of life is suffering because I'm always working. Some of you guys are, coaches and consultants. You are social media managers and stuff, and you've had the revelation, I have too many clients and now I'm locked down and I'm a slave to this job or to this work, right? And so because I'm profitable enough, I can figure out how to shift and change my actual business model so that it makes sense for me. Does that, y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So these numbers are about way more than just being profitable. They really give you a lot of insight into what you can be doing for your business. You said teach, train, and develop your own business to work for you. I ain't mad at that. But does that make sense? Does that make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Glorious Lock said yes. Okay, so some of y'all, you actually need to look at what you're offering. Hey, Pink Lady, some of y'all need to look at it's okay, King. Some of y'all need to look at what you are offering, and you need to actually go and break down the prices and say, okay, what's this unit cost for me? What's the fixed cost? What's the labor cost? What's the variable cost? How much is it costing me to get this from my supplier? Or how much, right? Is there a way that I can cut down my overhead? Is there a way that I can, basically like reallocate some of the funds on the variable cost so that they actually end up giving me more profit, right? Am I able to look and see what's in the marketplace and I can charge what everyone else is charging in the market and still be profitable, right? Like these are the things that you have to ask yourself. Some of y'all are rushing trying to get into a brick and mortar location and you need to be staying in your house. You may say, you know what, I need to keep figuring out how to work in this garage and work at home for the next year before I go out and invest the money in getting a warehouse space or a test kitchen or whatever it is that you need to have done. Some of y'all are running out trying to get a co-packer because you're worn out by having to mix your products, and send out 100 orders a week. But the reality is you probably don't need a co-packer. You may just need to hire 1 or 2 people part-time to come in and help you with that process, because if you look at your numbers, it's not quite time for a co-packer yet, right? Maybe that needs to happen when we get up to 400 or 500 sales per week, or 400 or 500 sales per month, depending on what it is. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So you have to be able to look at these types of things so you can put together a map or a path for your company so we know what direction you want to move in over the next 6 months or over the next 18 months. This is how we build businesses and stay in business, as opposed to I'm just out here doing stuff willy-nilly because some influencer on the internet told me to do it this way. Blink, blink, blink. There are so many of y'all that lost your shirts over the last 2 years trying to become real estate flippers because y'all didn't realize that the person on YouTube that's telling you to go and invest in real estate, well, they're making $40,000, $50,000, even $100,000 a month from their YouTube channels. And so if they take a hit, they can sustain it because they got tens of thousands of dollars a month coming in that you don't have. You say I work from home with my clients and not in a brick and mortar phase yet. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with working from home. And sometimes it makes more sense to work from home. Everybody doesn't need a brick and mortar facility. And especially the way that there's so many co-working spaces and stuff like that these days. A lot of times that's going to be a more viable option for a lot of you guys than to run out and do business maybe in that type of traditional manner, because commercial spaces are very expensive. Commercial is very, very expensive. Hey, Marie. Hey, very, very expensive. You said, thank you for everything you dropped to make us better. You're so welcome. Did any of you guys find this session today helpful going through how to price your products and offers and services? If you found this helpful, give me a little heart emoji. If you feel compelled to contribute to my live goal, you can do that as well. If you don't want to do it, no pressure, no sweat. But what you can do is double tap that screen and get me the likes. Okay. I do need to hit at least 25,000 likes during this stream over in TikTok land and Facebook land. Can I get 3 more likes in YouTube land? If I can have 5 more likes, that would be amazing over there. And Instagram, if I could get y'all to share with 10 more people, that would be awesome. Let's do Q&A for 10 minutes before we get out of here today. You said you're tapping 3,000 miles an hour. Thank you so much. For everyone that feels that thank you for all the hearts I'm getting. For everyone that enjoyed this stream today, please make sure, and you found it helpful, click the link in my bio, tap the first button, and you're going to get the Big 3 pricing template. Okay. So the Big 3 pricing templates are going to show you guys how you actually, it's an actual form, it's worksheets. So it'll help you get everything out your brain and on paper. So that way you can accurately price your products and services. You said this is over the top. Let's help her reach her goals. Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You said you got your Big 3 template. Yes, Bessos. Any of you guys that are purchasing your Big 3 templates in between now and 7 p.m., I will be selecting one of you guys to win a Big Tree ticket and to get a lunch on me. So I'll be back on tonight to announce the winner because I'm looking at the time. Also, the Big Tree, Louis is going underneath the Big Tree. Y'all know a laptop went underneath the Big Tree yesterday. And I also have a second laptop going underneath the big tree. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, December 15th is my big day of giving. And so I will be live streaming. I'll be live streaming in these streets, and every hour on the hour, I'll be giving away gifts, cash, and prizes. And a huge amount of my products will be marked down to $25 that day. And for every $100,000 in sales I hit, I'm going to be giving out $5,000 in cash. So my goal is to give away a minimum of $50,000 in cash on the 15th. And then if I hit $1 million in sales, outside of you guys getting all kinds of prizes and cash, I am going to buy someone a brand new Cadillac. Okay, blink, blink, blink. So you guys help me get the word out. So every time you see me post about it, please share and repost. Tag as many people as you can to the post. When y'all see me going live, share, and invite people into the stream as well. Also, what we have going on for any of you guys that are in the Commerce Club or Royal Court, I've been giving you guys gift cards. So Angel and Lisa won our gift cards today. So Lisa won for being a member of the Commerce Club, and Angel won for being a member of the Royal Court. The Royal Court is my email family. The Commerce Club is my text family. So sign up. It's free to join both of the communities. We send valuable information. And I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. So we've been doing little gift card giveaways as well every day leading up to the 15th. I'll be doing more giveaways. So yeah, you say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go for questions. Okay. And if y'all ain't got no questions, honey, I'm gonna get on down because I'm not finna just be out here wearing out my vocal cords for no reason. Okay. How do you enter the giveaway? Basically be a client, and it's not a giveaway, it's gifts. It's a way for me to show appreciation to my audience. So literally, if you're purchasing products and services, you got an opportunity to get a gift. That's it. So of course, it's easier to get your gift if you're like grabbing one of the deal of the days that we're having leading up to everything. So let's see who won. I can't remember who won yesterday. Y'all help me out. Who won yesterday? Will there be a replay for us to share to help get you shares on Instagram? We probably could pull that off. I don't see a problem with that. We probably could pull that off for sure, for sure. Hey, Mrs. Is that Mofet Dunu? Mofet Doanu? I'm sorry. Yes, Marquita won yesterday. Thank y'all so much, child. Help me, okay? Because I'm a little tired. Yes, Marquita won a big tree ticket and she won lunch on us yesterday. And so the big tree ticket guarantees that you get to pick something underneath the tree on the 15th. So yeah, that's the best way. Like if you're purchasing every day, that's the best way to increase your chances to get a gift. So anybody that's getting big tree tickets, they automatically get to pick a gift on the 15th. So they get lunch and a gift. What profit margin percentage? Oh shoot, I missed it. What profit margin percentage do you normally recommend? Sorry, y'all, my lips are peeling. So I'll be honest, that honestly depends on the industry that you're in. And it depends. And no, it's really the industry and the business model. And I'll say that to say, because for instance, I'm about to say something. I promise you, I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. This is just real life. So there's a lot of flat irons, right? And these flat irons sell for in between $50 and $100. A lot of these flat irons are manufactured by one specific company. They are the same flat iron. They just basically white label and repackage and rebox them. And because the market says that the flat iron should sell for in between $50 and $100, that's what people are selling these as. And they're literally getting these flat irons at like $5.60 a flat iron. They're people like, oh, we're professional stylists, blah, 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 blah. This is the tool that we use, which I'm not hating on it, but I'm just saying. So realistically, even by the time they get done with the shipping, the packaging, and all of that stuff, they're profiting like somewhere in between $35 and $40 per flat iron. So if you're doing traditional business with like a cost plus or retail pricing model, they're telling you to do like whatever it costs you multiply it by 3, and that's what your number should be, and that should be enough to cover your overhead and give you a margin. So normally it's somewhere in between a 25 to 35%. However, there are some industries where they're literally, like getting 500%, 600%, stuff like that. How do you feel with people who criticize you for going back to work? I tell them to F off. Who cares? And I thank you for asking that, Aaron. I don't think there's anything wrong with going back to work because Aaron, I'm a big proponent of, sometimes you may need to work and have an exit strategy. I've been very honest with y'all and told y'all that I worked for 3 years in my corporate job before I actually left, okay, and did my own thing. Then I've shared with y'all that there was a time that I needed additional income for my business for what I wanted to do. And I went and I took a job as a substitute teacher. And so I did that for a little bit over a year or whatnot. So at the end of the day, I feel like if you do what you need to do, especially if what you're doing is honest, and everybody, when you're going through business, like there's a learning curve for all of us. We're up, we're down. Sometimes markets are soft, sometimes right, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes money is flowing freely. Yeah, I told y'all at the top of the year, and I was getting on here telling y'all how I was not pleased with Jerome Powell trying to ruin the economy and raising up the interest rates. And I was trying to get people to understand what was going to happen. And some of y'all were getting it, and some of y'all did not get it until like right now when you're seeing the ramifications. Sometimes you need extra money for your business. Sometimes your business, if you're smaller, you may have 2 or 3 big clients. And if one of those big clients isn't doing well, now that may mean that you're not doing well anymore because now you don't have the income that you had coming in to support that, right? And you may go through a period for 5 or 6 months while you're trying to get those things figured out. And I don't think there's anything wrong at all with going back to get a regular job. So if people have a lot of flack to say, they just understand they're going to talk about you either way it goes, and you don't let what you're building fall down because you have foolish pride or because you don't want to deal with the murmurs of what other people have to say that aren't walking in your shoes, right? Especially if they're not putting the money up to build your business. Because people were talking about me. There was a time I sold one of my vehicles and I drove a 4Runner for a couple of years, a Toyota 4Runner. And people were talking about me. Oh, she fell off. Oh, this, oh, that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm the last man standing. And now the same people that were talking trash about me have come several times over the past years asking me for a job. I make more money than all of them combined. You understand? But so I did what I needed to do for my business. And at that time, I needed a work vehicle for my business. I did not have access to a line or a loan to be able to get it done. And so I sold my personal vehicle. It was a luxury car, got up out of that, went and got me a Toyota 4Runner, and that freed up the income that I needed to be able to buy the work vehicle that I needed, right? And after that, and also I had also opened up my second location in another state at that time. So a lot of my money was going to funding, getting the word out, networking, joining different organizations and stuff like that, so my business could be successful in that arena. So long story long, don't be worried about what people have to say. A lot of people like to sit on the sidelines and they like to run their mouths. Okay. And at the end of the day, they're not doing anything. Okay. As long as you have a plan and you're progressing in your plan, that's the important part. And I would never shame anyone for making an honest living. If you have a business or you have a side hustle and things are not going the way that you had anticipated, or something has changed all of a sudden, yeah, go and get a job. You know what I'm saying? You go back, you get your 9 to 5 or get your part-time job or whatever it is you need to do. And then you continue to build your business out. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot of us that have done that before. And these people trying to make it seem like it's something wrong. No, there's something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? Why would you sit back and do nothing? In something that you could fix. What's the difference between monetization nation and I'm sorry, pushback. People be on some wild stuff sometimes. What's the difference between Monetization Nation, KE, and Instacoin? So Monetization Nation is a monthly community and a membership. It has a lot of resources stacked inside of it. And you're going to get classes on the content creation. You're going to get help with your credit repair inside of Monetization Nation as well, because a lot of y'all got messed up credit. So we take care of that there. But it's a lot of resources like to help you with establishing your brand, initial sales, marketing. You get access to thousands of videos because of the vault and all of that. Kingdom Essentials Elite is actually me operating as a consultant. And so I'm doing a business assessment on you. I'm doing an audit on you. And then for 12 weeks, I will be working directly with you guys to help you with the pricing, your marketing models, getting the word out about your businesses, expanding, helping you with offers, low hanging fruit, getting your funnels tied up, being able to review things directly. So you're actually working directly with me in Kingdom Essentials. In Instacoin, that's a year-long mentorship program. The cost is much lower than a Kingdom Essentials, right? For something like that. And you're actually getting my whole entire system that I've used to build. And I do monthly insight sessions, and we have success coaches. They help you with your business credit. You get access to funding. You also get your tech corner. We do YouTube training inside of there. And you're also going to get your posting cycles and a lot of development on building out your system so you can get automated sales, and then also how to pick up your sponsors. So Instacoin is more of like your business mentorship over a year. Kingdom Essentials is working directly with me, but it's only for that 12-week period. And then Monetization Nation is really what we recommend for people if they can't afford to get into Instacoin. Instacoin is the best, hands down. And it's the most economical, especially for a program at that level with that amount to one-to-one help. But I also know that it may not be feasible for people, even if they really want to get in it. If they just don't have the money for it, they just don't have the money for it. So I created Monetization Nation, and a lot of people come through Monetization Nation, and y'all see me making those posts. People are like, oh my God, I made $3,000 today, or I had my first $5,000 month from, being inside of that program. And a lot of people graduate from Monetization Nation into Instacoin. But I basically created it because what was, y'all want to know the truth of what was happening? People couldn't afford to get an Instacoin. They would go and work with people that they were like, oh, I want to work with Ashley, but I can't afford to work with her. So I'm going to go over here to this person. People would still charge them thousands of dollars. Like maybe they would charge them like $2,500 or something like that. They were basically taking people's money, and people were ending up like out of money with no work, no help, still not able to make a sale, still not able to have a system together, still not having a landing page, still not knowing, hey, nursing nerd, still not knowing how to run an ad. People were literally just taking people's money. And then they would, some of them wouldn't even have like modules and stuff that they had created. They literally were taking like videos off of YouTube and stuff like that, and they would put it in a course. And then they'd be like, hey, you want to run a business? They're like, so a surefire business for everybody. They'd be like, you can get a t-shirt shop, you can be a consultant, or you can be a social media manager. What? And people are like, this is the path to making money online. It was crazy. Do you use performance bonds or surety ship to solve or remedy debt? I do not, Anonymous. I do not. So what we do, some of my clients actually don't have to get any business funding at all. They have enough business and enough audience to be able to grow and develop, and self-fund or self-finance. But sometimes I get clients that will come in and they need like they're like me. Maybe they want a second location. Maybe they are trying to hire 3 or 4 new people. Maybe their products are going crazy and now they need like a manufacturing facility and stuff like that. And so realistically, even though they have really good sales, they don't have enough lump sum of the money, right, to be able to put forth to grow the business the way they need to, especially if they're getting like government contracts and stuff like that. So I don't know how many of you guys have ever gotten a government contract, but the government contracts, you have to spend the money up front, and then they're going to pay you anywhere from 30 to 60 days after. And so a lot of times, you say you see wonderful. Thank you. So a lot of times, like if you come, like, let's say Anonymous, you were like, Ashley Ann, I have an opportunity to do, I don't know, a bid for your city or something like that. I don't know where you live, but like a bid for your city. And you need to bring on like 4 extra people. Maybe it's a bunch of extra supplies you need to get and stuff like that to get started. Of course, you're going to have to pay the labor for your already employees, those people. That is when I would say, hey, you need to get this funding so you can take on this contract, because you know that the city is going to pay you and they're going to pay you in a timely manner. And you don't want to miss the opportunity, right, to lock in something maybe that's like like a 3-year contract or a 24-month contract or something like that that's going to be guaranteed. So I definitely try and advise people of like um when they should be using like their business credit and corporate cards and stuff like that. Or even if they're going to use like a non-traditional lender, right? The interest rate may be higher, but it doesn't matter because you're going to make the money back so fast. You're not even going to really have time to accrue that type of interest, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So, but I wouldn't tell somebody to take that type of funding and use it for day-to-day operations, because that type of money, you need to be using it because you have a plan on how to flip it quickly, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing anybody when I say that. Got it. Okay, cool beans. Good question, by the way. Good question. Very, very good question. Um, let's see. A true gift from God. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. How long should you be in business to start establishing biz credit? You can do it instantly, if I'm being honest. If you have good personal credit and you go into a big branch and you have all your business documents that they're looking for, they will ask you right off the rip, does your business need capital? And if you say yes, they'll give you anywhere from 10,000 or 5,000 to $50,000 right on the spot. And I do like business credit cards for a lot of people starting off because, one, it helps you establish your business credit. Number two, it keeps you from blowing through your personal money. A lot of times the business credit cards too, they'll have 0% interest on them for anywhere from 6 months out to 16 months. And they have points bonuses. So that's essentially like free money, right? So if you're purchasing things for your business and then at the end of the month, you're going and you're paying it down, or maybe you purchase a lot of stuff the first 30 days and then you put yourself on a plan to pay it back over 90 days. That takes a lot of stress off of a lot of small business owners, and you guys are able to get inventory. You're able to hire some team members. Sometimes you're able to pay for advertising, right? You're able to pay for like continued education that you need. If there's an actual like tool or something like that you need, maybe you need a new laptop. Because I do, one of the reasons I started giving away laptops, because I would talk to a lot of y'all, or I would see you and your laptops would be like, baby, on the verge of death. And I'd be like, how in the world are they, running a business? And y'all would be struggling, but it was slowing you up a lot, by not having something where like that's newer and has a faster processor and stuff like that on it. So that's literally one of the reasons I started giving away laptops, because I knew it would help people in their businesses. So anyway, if that makes sense, if that makes sense. So like a lot of people, they're like, oh, just get this business credit, and they are like teaching y'all to treat it like it's a personal bank account, but it's not to be used that way, right? And when we're spending, you have to have some type of plan in your head of how the money that you're spending is going to make you money. I hope that didn't confuse anybody when I said that. Like, you just don't want to be out here. Like, you just don't want to be out here saying, okay, I got, $100,000 line of credit, and now I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here spending, and we having business dinners, and you out here buying lobsters and steaks all over the place. I'm having a promotional event, but you really having a birthday party. You haven't showcased any of the products. You didn't invite any potential customers, right? We haven't, we haven't hired anyone, a videographer or a cinematographer, to be able to tell the story and advertise it. You said I didn't keep the business transactions separate. Yeah, you gotta keep them separate. You gotta keep them separate. So like what my biggest beef is sometimes with some of these people, they're like, oh, get these business loans, get these lines of credits, get these business cards. They're not saying like, hey, you're going to have to repay that back. So if we're spending money on it, we have to find ways to make it make sense, right? Like if you need a photo shoot or new headshots for the business, that's fine. That's absolutely fine and appropriate, right? If you want to enlist some micro influencers or something like that to work with you, that's absolutely fine. If you want to, pay for like Facebook ads and stuff like that, so you can get the word out about your company or your business and stuff like that, I think that's great. TikTok ads. If you want to get together PR boxes and sample kits and send them to people so people can actually try your stuff and you can have honest reviews. All of those things are great because that's going to lead to more sales. But if you're just out here, like a lot of people, they like, yeah, baby, I'm balling out of control. Like, no, that's that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. So I would just say have some type of plan in mind of what you want to do with it. And then for some of y'all, figure out like, do you even really need that round of funding? Right? Because sometimes it's not even a matter of your sales, it's like a cash flow or a timing issue. For some of y'all may need it. So like I said, you can put something on it and then pay it back down over 90 days, right? With the profits that are coming into the business and still be able to meet all your other expenses, and have some profit being put up. So a lot of it you just need to have a plan is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm being long-winded about it, but you need a plan. That's what I'm saying. Invest in you invest in something that's going to make your money back. That's the biggest thing. Anybody got any other questions? Oh, never mind. It's 1:30. Q&A is over. Okay. So if any of you guys found this training particularly helpful, and now you have greater insight on how to price whatever your offers are, like I said, click the link in the bio, get the big 3 pricing templates. They're only $27. I'll be back after 7 p.m. Central Standard Time today. So any of you guys that are purchasing the big 3 pricing templates between now and 7 p.m., I'm going to choose one of you guys to gift with a big tree ticket and to get a lunch on me. Y'all don't forget, you can join the Commerce Club in the Royal Court. Doesn't cost you a thing. I'm selecting somebody from the Commerce Club and somebody from the Royal Court every single day to hook up with gift cards. Lisa and Angel won this morning. Lisa got a Lowe's gift card. Angel got a DoorDash gift card. So yeah, and then the Sephora gift cards are what's up for grabs tomorrow at the top of the stream. Where do you join? If you want to join the Royal Court, that's my email community. You're going to click the link in the bio, scroll down to the free 99 section, and you can join the Royal Court. If you want to join the Commas Club, you're going to text the word commas with the letter K, KOMMAS, KOMMAS, KOMMAS to 501-285-8966. That's 501-285-8966, 501-285-8966. Okay. And those of you that are in the Commerce Club in the Royal Court, I will be back on at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. That's my time as we're going through the 13 days of Christmas. And at the top of the stream, I will I'll pick winners just like I did today. I'll be like, hey, you in the Commerce Club? Give me your information. And y'all saw how easy it was. They put their email in. Lisa put her name in. I went and searched. There she was. So literally just like that. And that's just for you guys being a part of the community. You're so welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's evening time, get yourself a good night's rest. Bye, everybody. Thank you for everybody that